Hi. Do I look sexy? It's time to talk about the Fire Tribe. Fire Tribe. They're the sexy one. Sexy one. The Wood Tribe, as we discussed in the last video, is the cute one. Like a baby, you know? Cute. The Fire Tribe is the sexy one. You know what I'm saying? So, Fire Tribe. I was thinking about the Fire Tribe a lot because as I was listening to the Wood Tribe video, I realized that the Fire Tribe has gotten a really bad rap. A really bad rap. And I went back in time to try to figure out what went wrong and why is the Fire Tribe so feared? Like why do people hate the Fire Tribe? And I think what happened was because first of all, let me tell you, the Fire Tribe represents the military. Okay, that's part of it. That's a part of it. The Fire Tribe represents discipline, represents enthusiasm and excitement and creativity and problem solving and serving God. And this is what the Fire Tribe really represents. All of that enthusiasm and passion and serving God and serving Christ and going forward in holy righteousness to bring forth God's will on the earth and to manifest the kingdom of heaven on the earth. There's a lot of butt kicking that needs to happen in order for that to occur. That's just the way it is. I mean, you know, there's really no way around that, okay? There needs to be some butt kicking in order for God's kingdom to manifest here on the earth. So the military, I think, in the ancient times was probably more holy. I don't know if it ever was. I mean, I would like to think it was. I would like to think that, you know, if they saw some people polluting a river or if they saw some people enslaving others or stuff like that, that, you know, they would fight for the people. But I don't know that not ever the case. But definitely spiritually speaking, the warriors, the people that really have the warrior spirit in them and sort of the passion for justice, you know, the do-gooders and whatnot, those people are, you know, filled with that fire spirit. They have that spirit of passion, that spirit of fire, that they want to burn away the impurities. They want to purify the earth. They want to purify themselves, the body temple, the church, you know, and to put everything right and to put it right for God. So that's what the military really represents. That's what it really is in its essence. And most people that join up with the military or the police force, for that matter, have the best intentions, I think. I think the vast majority of servicemen and women have the best intentions. They want to serve. They want to serve. They want to help others, which is a trait of the Fire Tribe. The Fire Tribe represents childhood, okay? So if you've ever been around a child, you know that children are so eager to help. They're so quick to help you. Most children. Now, there are some that are the opposite. There are some children who are lazy, or there's some children who just like to get out of doing anything. But for the most part, the child's spirit, which is a Luciferic spirit, I talked about Lucifer and Ahriman a little bit in previous videos, but the Luciferic spirit is very curious, is very innovative. It wants to create something new. It wants to do stuff. It wants to build stuff. It wants, you know, and it takes a lot of energy, you know, to keep up with that kind of spirit, right? To keep up with that, because the child is ambitious. They want to do stuff, you know. They want to sink their teeth in and do and learn and grow and just, you know, it's a very sort of externalized expression of the human being, like wearing red. You know, I'm wearing red for the Fire Tribe video because this is the most outward expression of my physicality that I could come up with regards to the Fire Tribe, because the Fire Tribe is all about outward, you know, externalization of everything, because it's the sun. Okay, so the Fire Tribe represents the sun. It represents energy. It represents exercise, you know, working out. And the Wood Tribe have a lot of that too, because the Wood Tribe is unlocked by the Fire Tribe. And this was what I forgot to mention in the first video of the Wood Tribe. the child unlocks the parent. Okay, so the fire tribe unlocks the wood tribe and the fire element in the wood tribe, because the wood tribe has the fire element in there and gives birth to the fire element actually. And so the wood tribe unlocks the water tribe. The water tribe unlocks the mineral tribe, and the mineral tribe unlocks the earth tribe, and the fire tribe unlocks, oh wait a minute, yeah, so you know, you unlock your parents, okay? You unlock your parents, and your children unlock you. So you need to have that balance. You need to have children and parents in your life. And I'm talking about according to this, you know, according to this model. It's good to have those auspicious relationships in your life. So you'll see, you know, anytime there's anything bad going to happen, they always show fire. You know, they act like fire is like the root of all evil, because you can just imagine, you know, the poor people in China or wherever, you know, in their villages, everything's built with wood. Their whole communities, their buildings, everything's made from wood. If you're poor, you know, that's how you live. And then the military just comes along because they don't like something, and they just burn it all down. You know, because the military right now is governed by Satan. You know, let's just face it. You know, I don't know how else to say it, but in the Matrix today, in the world, in man's world and interpretation of life, the military does represent death and destruction, and turmoil and suffering and problems, and, you know, just the end of civilization, the end of everything that was created. So that's why, you know, you say, well, if fire burns wood, then wouldn't wood be afraid of fire? Well, actually, no. But this is where that would apply, because a lot of wood tribe people are afraid of fire. They are afraid of the fire tribe because they don't realize that their wood is prolific. Foliage just grows and grows and grows. You can burn an entire forest down. It'll be back up in 10 years. It's not like, you know, it's alchemically speaking, it's not doing any harm. It's actually fertilizing the ground so that more plants can grow. So I'm saying all that just to like, you know, try to get the understanding clear that the fire tribe is not bad. The fire tribe is the spirit of a child, and the child is curious about everything. The child wants to learn. The child wants to do. You know, the child wants daddy most of all, because, you know, little babies and toddlers, they love mama. They don't care about anybody but mama. Mama. But by the time the child is 3 years old, or I would say by the time the child is 7 years old, then the child is looking for daddy. Because the child wants to go out there. The child wants to go out. They want to go do stuff. They want to experience things outside of the home, and they want to travel, and they want exciting experiences. So the fire tribe is, you know, has daddy issues a lot of times because, you know, they have too much energy and too much passion to just be sitting at home. They need to be nurtured in a way that supports their outward expression of their personality and of their creativity, because most fire tribe people do have a lot of it. Although in our society today, sadly, and this is very sad for me as a wood tribe person who really knows about all this stuff. I know a lot about this, and it really hurts my feelings that, you know, a lot of fire tribe people seem to be extinguishing their passion and kind of, you know, dampening it, because it's painful when you have all this passion, but you're not supported in society to move forward to express that passion as your life. So I see a lot of fire tribe people that have substance abuse problems, and that just kills. I hate that, you know. And if they don't have substance abuse problems, they might have food addiction, which is still substance abuse because food is a substance. So I've seen that with just pretty much almost not 100%, but pretty much most fire tribe people that I've known in my lifetime have, except for the females. Not all the females are like that, but a lot of the females are more encouraged to achieve and this is causing a rift in society. The battle of the sexes, I think, is coming mostly from the fire tribe, because the women as a fire tribe in the military, they're not going to do the same damage that the man would do. A passionate man is a dangerous man. Okay, and so we have this whole issue with masculinity in our society today, where the powers that shouldn't be are convincing us that masculine passion and masculine flair and like excitement is scary. We don't even see images of males who are really being males. All the images that we see, that the males are all like, they're like women or something like. So there's this whole problem, and it all comes back to the fire tribe, because the powers that shouldn't be, they want to control the fire tribe, because like I said, the fire tribe is a child. The fire tribe represents childhood, and that's the joy in everyone's life. That makes everybody happy. The fire tribe is really the owner of the fame, all of the fame and the celebrity and the showboating and the sort of like the arrogant, like the arrogant lion or stuff like that. That's all fire tribe stuff. And the fire tribe doesn't seem to be aware of itself, very aware of itself. So they are my inspiration and my motivation for making this whole series, because I think they're the ones who need the information the most. They need to understand that it's okay for them to be whoever they are. They don't have to, censor themselves or inhibit themselves because they're too masculine, or because they're too fiery, or because they're too passionate. They represent South America. Okay, South America is the land of, flavor. Like, it's spicy down there, the chilies and all that, the hot, senoritas with the beautiful red dresses and everything. It's a spicy, it's fun, it's flavor, and society needs so much more of it. Because when I look around, I just don't see it. It's boring. I don't see the flair. I don't see the flavor. Sometimes I see stylish people and I always assume that that's a fire tribe person, because 9 times out of 10 it is. They usually have the best style as far as like, everyday street clothes, every day out there in the world is about. Their style is very sexy, and well coordinated and well put together. So they really have a flair for style, and if they're a self-aware individual, then they have a very unique expression of their personality, which is charming, and everybody likes it. So what else can I say about fire tribe? This watching the first video, it really sparked my mind, because I was thinking, like, why? If you watch the Avatar series, you're gonna see what I mean. Like, the fire tribe is the evil one, you know what I mean? Like the prince, the son, like the son got burned by the father, like the father burned the boy's face and he has like a scar, and it's just like, why do they hate the fire tribe so much? And it's not just that. It's not just the Avatar series. There's actually quite a lot of examples of that happening, where fire is always associated with disaster or some kind of big problem or something. But we have to remember that it's also the sun. The fire tribe also represents the sun, and there's nothing bad about the sun. I hope there's nothing bad about the sun, even though they're geoengineering so much to cover the sun, block out the sun. That's a whole other story. But the sun is what gives us life. Okay, and the sun is where God lives. It's where Christ lives, inside the sun. So to me, I see a conspiracy happening where, the fire tribe is being demonized and being crucified every day, because it's the fire tribe, and that is the tribe of Christ. And King Herod, unfortunately, is running the world. Remember King Herod in the Bible was looking for every baby, every male child that he could find and kill him, because he wanted to kill that little Savior. He wanted to kill that Christ baby. But he was not able to find that baby, because that baby was ordained by God to come and cause such a stir in humanity, and such an awakening, and such a remembrance of our divinity. And I heard the other day that It's possible that the Revelations book has already happened, in the sense that in Revelations, if you read it, I'm not like a real biblical type, but I do listen. I pay attention because the elites follow that book very closely. And also I do think there's a lot of historical truth in it. So in the book, Jesus talks to the disciples and says, in your lifetime this will take place. He's saying in your lifetime this will take place. And he's saying that, you know, after he's crucified, he's gonna rise up again, and then he's gonna come back and reign for 1,000 years. And he's going to have a crew of people reigning with him, and they're going to have different bodies. They're not going to have like human bodies. They'll have Christ bodies, which is like breatharianism. Like they don't have to eat food, they don't have to defecate, they don't need anything. And the sun is going to be sevenfold. So the sunlight will be sevenfold. And I have a feeling that already happened. I have a feeling that we're nearing the end of that 1,000-year time period, because they try to tell us that Jesus lived 2,000 years ago, but that's just not the case. Okay, they're in front of every number, like say the year 1749. It's really the year I, standing for Isa, which is what Jesus' name was, and then the word 749. So it's the year of our Lord, and then 749. And the bad guys went around and forced everyone to start calling that a 1. And it was either a J for Jesus or Jesus or Jesu or, you know, what have you. The J was later though. The J was just you know, a couple hundred years old. So the J, it wasn't a J at first, it was an I. And then it was an X, because in the Greek language, the name had an X. So there might be an X or an I in front of a number, or a J, and they, you know, started using that as a 1. So they added a whole 1,000 years to our epoch. And our epoch is only 1,000 years old. Jesus was only here 1,000 years ago. And I believe that the whole Revelations thing already happened. And that, you know, then after the 1,000-year reign of Christ and his buddies, then Jesus is gonna leave, and then Satan's gonna be released into the world. Satan and the bad demons are gonna be let free, and I think that's what's happening now. So I know that sounds blown, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't really. I love the truth, and that's why I do these videos, because I'm really interested in the Fire Tribe rising up and realizing its Christhood, because the Fire Tribe is the Christ tribe. I know that sounds crazy, and it's a long story, but that's the fame right there. That's the fame. That's the sun. That's the solar energy. That's the solar spirit. That's the spirit of the Christ right there, male or female. The females get overly sexualized, terrible, something awful, to the point of it being just absolutely derogatory. The males, you know, they try to make the males out to be bad dudes, you know, like gangbangers and all this. I grew up back in the days when there was like Crips and Bloods, and you know, so they put a fear in me just from movies and stuff about Bloods and how violent they were and how crazy they were, and it took a lot of undoing of all of that programming for me to see that I like them, and they're my friend, and they're nice. And the reason I like them mostly is because I'm Wood Tribe. So I like Fire Tribe. I don't care where they're coming from, you know. And then so there's a lot of different kind of Fire Tribe people, because there's also some Wall Street Fire Tribe people, and Fire Tribe, they're children, you know. They're curious, they're excited, they have a lot of energy, and you know, unfortunately in the world today that gets exploited, and so a lot of Fire Tribe people end up being crooks and just ripping people up, you know, Enron scandal and stuff like that, because a child doesn't really know right from wrong. Let's face it, okay? A child does know right from wrong, like in the sense of, you know, it's wrong to torture animals, or it's wrong to, like, you know, slap your sister in the face or something like that. They know that, but in practice, you know, as an adult and growing up and being taught, everybody loves a Fire Tribe person, because a Fire Tribe, like I said, they're very enthusiastic and very excited and very energetic, and they want to help, they're helpful, A lot of them become police officers, military people, as well as ambulance, firefighters, obviously, so these people are heroic, and they really are. I mean, I think the fire tribe spirit has so much potential, and I would love to see that spirit rise up to the true heroism that it is. It represents the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is the third chakra. I'm saying it represents the solar plexus. Well, it does represent the solar plexus, but I would add to that the stomach and like the upper digestive tract. So the small intestine, the stomach. Now, in traditional Chinese or Asian 5 elements, they will say that the earth tribe, the stomach belongs to the earth tribe. I don't see how that's possible, because the stomach is the hottest place of all in your body. It's filled with hydrochloric acid, and that will burn your butt, and that stomach fire is on this side. The stomach fire is very important, and so it has to be hot, and this is a triple burner. So I'm associating it with the stomach. Okay, in traditional Chinese, they associate the fire tribe with the eyes. And I want to say the skin, the eyes and the skin. I think that's what the fire tribe equates to in traditional Asian philosophy. I did a video, or I did a little video on the third chakra, and it's basically that's where your will lives. That's where your will lives. And if your will is united with the will of the divine creator, then you can't lose. You can't lose. You can rise up, and you will be supported no matter how it looks around you, because it's gonna look messed up. As soon as you connect yourself with the divine and you start doing God's will, people will start to challenge you. It will get kind of sticky sometimes, but you have to trust God. You have to. And if your will is aligned with the divine, and you know that what you're doing is right, then you just can't lose. So it's my desire to just to help unlock that knowledge and that awareness of the fire tribe and what they are and what they're for. They are the celebrity. Jesus was the most famous person of all time. Jesus went around all the world and spoke with everyone and healed didn't heal so many people, but pointed the way and pointed the direction of how to heal. And Jesus was probably some kind of giant, probably like a 9 foot tall, being of light, or I don't know, but Jesus was the most famous of all, and this is the Jesus tribe in this epoch. Okay, I'm just telling you that this is the solar tribe, and God lives in the sun. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's been instrumental, and if you have any information to offer, I'm so happy to receive all information, criticism, whatever it is. It's fine with me. It doesn't bother me at all. I find it all very interesting and useful. Namaste.